What's so fascinating is your whole MO of Everywhere Ventures is that technology is everywhere, founders are everywhere, but you have based yourself here in New York, and you've been growing tech businesses since 2007 here. How has it changed from your perspective?
Yeah, well, I'm a born and raised New Yorker, and so when I set out to start my first tech company in 2007, everyone said to me, this is a terrible place to, start a software company. And I looked around and I said, really? There's incredible talent here. We have some of the best engineering schools. We have capital. Maybe we don't have venture capital, but we have Wall Street. We have real estate. We have every multinational is here. And so I dug in my heels and I built my company here while everyone really was heading out west. Now, it's taken a long time for our ecosystem to develop, but it really is such a thriving ecosystem. But it's taken time, from 2007 to now, more than 15 years to get where we are.
It is now, I think, in terms of number of venture capital deals being signed, it's like second just behind San Francisco and the Bay Area. What has been sort of a real catalyst? We know that there has been the Datadogs, the MongoDBs, the exits that re-put money back into New York where they were grown. Has that particularly helped, or has that carved too much of a niche in data in particular?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really amazing to see how the IPOs have, catalyzed our ecosystem. So, for example, those founders, they make a bunch of money, and not just the founders. Think about the founding teams. And what do? Sure, maybe they buy a nice house, but they put it right back into the startup ecosystem. We see that every day. What's interesting about our fund is we raise all of our capital from LPs who are all founders and operators. So while most people are investing or raising from institutions, we're raising from our community. And so that's a real kind of new ethos here. We've seen it in the Bay Area for many generations, and now it's really starting to come here. We call it this kind of founder flywheel.
Jenny, what's the New York City founder playbook? The story in Silicon Valley and San Francisco is you've gone to Stanford or Berkeley, you may drop out, but you can find yourself a garage or a space, get capital from VCs here, and grow quite quickly. Explain to me what's happening in real terms on the ground in New York City, in the wider New York area.
Yeah, well, again, I really, want to stress this word ecosystem. So it's not just about what the venture capitalists are doing, but what about the universities? So I am an adjunct professor at both Cornell Tech and Columbia University, who have incredible programs that are supporting entrepreneurship, that are encouraging students to not just go to the traditional places. When I was a student, everyone went to Goldman and JP Morgan and McKinsey. Now we're encouraging students to, come out and start companies. It's a very different culture here in New York than it was when I started, and it's quite exciting.
Is what we're seeing happen in AI here on the West Coast happening in New York? There are companies being founded in this city every day. The PitchBook data shows 50% of the capital going to San Francisco-based startups. But is there still some energy being created by AI in New York?
Listen, again, getting back to universities, we have incredible labs here across our universities, and that's spawning some of the best technologists, up-and-coming technologists. I just hosted a pre-seed founder breakfast with AWS, and I would say 75% of the founders there pitched me an AI startup or AI-powered. So It is happening here. Now, it is true that some of the larger infrastructure plays, whether it's OpenAI or Microsoft or Google, are on the West Coast, but I think we have a real opportunity to catch up.
What's the city doing to help perpetuate this? Because some would say, New York's actually pushing back against Airbnb. It's looking at regulating AI, at least in the application of jobs and hiring. How are they managing to do that balancing act?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I happen to chair the advisory board of New York Ventures. So that is the venture fund for the state of New York. And they have just announced a $100 million fund to invest in emerging managers. So these are new managers who are out there supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs. And so they're putting money into these new innovators who are then, again, investing in companies in New York. So I think the state is really across the state, making a big impact. I just came from a competition called 43 North up in Buffalo, where they just gave out $5 million to 5 companies that are moving to Buffalo, starting their new companies, many actually in AI. So we're excited to see all of the catalyzing across the state.
Yeah, so it is a state element. What's interesting, Tech NYC, who's sort of helping galvanize this week alongside Andreessen Horowitz, and they've got some interesting data when it comes to the breakdown of founders. I'm interested in whether or not it's anecdotal. It seems to be from the data Tech NYC is showing, is that actually founders happen to be more diverse here in New York. That's, of course, a reflection of what the city looks like, the people it makes up. But is it diverse enough? Are you seeing improvements in that respect?
I'm hosting a female founder lunch on Friday. We had 1,000 women apply. Unfortunately, we have 50 spots for lunch, but it is absolutely incredible, what we're seeing here in New York. We're seeing incredible diversity across all, walks of life, and we're really excited about it. I don't think it's just talk. I think, women are coming out of incredible universities and companies, and, there's capital there for them.
Jenny, what your industry colleagues at Andreessen Horowitz outlined for us on yesterday's show was New York being good at applying technology to mature industries like finance, in other words, fintech, but also biotech. Are there any examples where you've experienced that, technology offering a solution for a legacy or long-standing industry?
Yeah, I mean, those are two of our large areas, both fintech, healthcare. I think the other one that we're focused on is future of work and automation. And so oftentimes this plays out in what we call vertical SaaS. So these are antiquated industries, whether it's around supply chain and the like, where new technologies, AI are coming in to make everything more efficient. So the areas, again, that we focus on, fintech that you spoke to David about yesterday, healthcare, and future of work automation. These are, critical to the city, and these are old, antiquated industries that are being updated through tech.